How's it going, guys? Tim back with another video. Today we're going to be doing another disc review. Got an interesting one in the mail today. It is called the Elevation Discs Gecko, and cool thing about this is it's super soft. I mean, super flippy and floppy and bendy, so should be interesting. This thing is supposed to be pretty overstable 9-speed. I think it's 9.403.5 or something like that. I got a few discs to compare it to. A Raptor, which is 9.403. Honor, which I think is a 9.4502.5. And a Millennium Draco, which is a 9.304. So should be kind of interesting to compare these. I'm going to be throwing them on a couple of different angles, so we'll kind of see how it goes, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the field. All right, first shot, they're all going out on Hyzer. That's kind of the main situation I'd be using this disc. We're going to go with the Gecko first. Very floppy, but actually does not feel super weird in the hand, honestly. I thought it was going to feel a little weirder. Let's get it out on some Hyzer. Here goes. And then it should just boink. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. Up next, we'll do Raptor. Yeah, see a lot, that actually stood up and rolled. A lot more ground play on that. Next will be the Honor. I expect this to be the furthest of the bunch. That's so much Hyzer. God dang it. That one actually bounced as well. Last but not least, Draco. Okay. Just a ton of Hyzer. Well, we'll see where they landed, and then we'll release them flat, and then some Anhyzer, and maybe forehand. We'll see. All right, let's see where these guys landed. Honestly, we really just freaking surrounded this thing. There's a drain out here. So we got the Raptor right here. This actually bounced and rolled. We got the Honor right here. That's Deb's disc over there. Don't worry about that. This one kind of bounced over top of this. The Gecko literally just hit and stuck, and then the Draco is right over here. But they all went pretty much the same exact distance, so that kind of shows that these are very comparable discs. I did notice all of them came out on a bunch of Hyzer, and then actually Hyzered even more. So let's see what happens when we throw them flat. All right, let's get some flat releases here. When I did this with the kind of mid-stability 7 speeds, they all ended up in the rocks out there. I don't think these are even gonna make it there. These are all pretty stable, so let's do flat release. A little bit of a tailwind here. I'm gonna do Gecko first. I am gonna aim it a little bit more left. That thing is stable, and then boom, just sits right down. Draco, these are not full power. This is 80%. Draco, you're gonna see more skip for sure. Yep. Honor, probably the least stable, furthest flying of the group. Started that one a bit more right. That's gonna get to the rocks. Yep, actually into a tree. And then Raptor, kind of the mid stability out of these guys. And just short. Cool. Okay, let's see where these guys landed. Now you see a disc under my armpit. That's an R2 spin that I just got. Really curious to see how it flies. I've been throwing it a little bit as well. Seems like it's going to be a fun little turnover putter. Oh, sorry. Threw from all the way back there. Honor, predictably, super straight all the way up into the rocks. Very well, not understable, but super, just kind of like a Thunderbird, just goes pretty darn straight with a reliable fade. If I were to compare it to one of the 7 speeds in my bag, probably Athena. Raptor's up next. Also went into the rocks. Definitely a little bit further left though. And then Draco went all the way out here. Further than the Gecko by about, I don't know, 20 feet. And that can be accounted for by the skip. This thing flies a lot like the Draco, actually, but it just doesn't skip and doesn't do anything when it hits the ground. It just sits and flops, which is great. That's exactly what I'm looking for in a disc like this. You want it to, it's really where it shines is going to be spike Hyzering. because it's just going to come in and stick. It's not going to bounce or roll or do anything weird on the ground. And that's really the point of this disc, but I mean, we might as well throw some forehands. Why the freak not, you know? All right, up next we got some Anhyzer Releases. I gotta tilt you a little bit. There we go. Okay, up next we have Anhyzer Release. We're gonna be throwing kind of Anhyzering over towards this kind of left side and then letting it kind of do its work. I think this is where these discs should shine quite a bit because it's just kind of a place where you like to throw Anhyzers. So, Gecko first. Gonna try and not put too much Anhyzer on it. Fights out and stick. Perfect. Next up we'll do Draco. Whoops. That was kind of bad. Now we got Raptor. Okay, these are not very consistent right now. And Honor. That was consistent with the Gecko for sure. And almost landed on top of it. So I think basically what we're showing here is that the Gecko is very similar to all of these discs, but it's floppy. So let's see how it forehands, because my forehand's not very good and tends to be a little wobbly. So it should be interesting to see how it flies. Okay, so Draco landed up here. Worst throw of the bunch. Next we had the second worst throw of the bunch, which was the Raptor. Definitely just kind of low. And then these two were thrown basically on the same angle and landed in basically the same spot. We've got the Gecko up here and we've got the Honor right there. So yeah, I mean, definitely very similar flights. Let's try, I'm gonna try some skip shots and then we'll try some forehands. It'll be interesting to see the skip shots because, well, I fancy myself a bit of a skip shot guy, so we'll see how they go. All right, we're gonna try some skip shots. Nice, just low Hyzer, and ideally, this disc is gonna be terrible at this. So, let's see how they go. Gecko first. That's fine. Yeah, so that just hits and drops. Doesn't really skip a whole lot. We'll do the Draco next. That skipped all the way across the field. We'll do Raptor. That was a crazy one. Also awesome. And then last but not least is the Honor. I'm gonna do another throw with the Gecko, which you'll see kind of right after this. Oh, that's gonna be a good skip. All right, I think I hit one of my other discs. I'm gonna go grab the Gecko and then rethrow that. I'll be right back. All right, little rethrow on that Gecko on the skip shot. Let's see here. That would skip massive if, yeah, I mean, it gets about a quarter of the skip of the other discs. So that's perfect, that's a good test. All right, so I know that this isn't really a good thing for knowing, like seeing where these discs landed doesn't really matter all that much because they're kind of variable as far as skip. But I will say most central is definitely the Gecko. Raptor is there, and then way to the left is the Draco and the Honor. Those got some massive skips. Tried to skip the Gecko twice, couldn't really get much more than like 15 feet off the skip. These guys probably went over 100 just on skips. So kind of interesting, and I like it. Let's, we'll do some forehands. All right, last but not least, we're gonna do forehands. This is kind of where I'm nervous about the Gecko. My forehand's kind of a brute force forehand. Tends to be a little wobbly out of the hand, so it'll be interesting to see what this thing does with a little bit of wobble on the flight. I'm gonna just try and throw kind of a nice smooth forehand out there, nice and flat. Just let it fade. That was on a bit of Hyzer, but flew pretty nice and had a weird ground reaction. Up next is going to be Raptor. This is a disc that I throw pretty regularly on forehand. I will say that that kind of rubbery feel came out of the hand a little bit weird. That did flip up a little bit, got a very big skip. Up next is Draco. Mostly we'll use this for like kind of flexy forehands on occasion, so we'll see. Flat, it's gonna be pretty gosh dang stable. Hopefully I don't hit that bird. Oh my God, I came out so late. Grip locked into Anhyzer. All right, last is Honor. Haven't done this one a whole lot forehand. Really throw it mostly backhand, but let's see. Oh yeah, that one went way straighter than the rest. Nice little skippy-doo at the end. That one went the furthest by far, but that makes sense. It's the least stable. All right, so first up, Draco. Kind of was weird. I released it pretty late. Ended up kind of on Anhyzer. And then over here, kind of similar line to the Raptor. We've got the Gecko. Basically the Raptor, exact flight without a skip at all. Then we've got the Raptor, because it just basically did that same thing and skipped. And then the furthest by far is the Honor, because it kind of flipped up and rode straight for much longer than the others, which makes a lot of sense. I like it. And a spin, of course. All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for this video. Why don't you let me know what you guys think? I actually think I am going to bag the Gecko. Situationally, I've got kind of a secret compartment in my cart that I'll be putting it in, and it's just kind of one of my secret weapons on places where I need things not to skip, or when I got to throw something kind of on a high spike hyzer where it just lands and doesn't really do anything after that. So I think it's going to be really good for that. So that just about ends this video. Thank you guys a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. Oh, one last thing I want to mention about the Gecko. It smells really weird. It smells like a tire, so it's definitely made out of some rubber blend. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.